The heat is on for the Aurora Alchemy Goddess Journey to Avalon. From the 22nd to the 26th of July, we will be returning to the Glastonbury area in the United Kingdom, where we will enter the mystical and ancient land of Avalon through the gates of the other world. So this is a special initiation journey that is done with encodements, prayers, and ceremony, so that we enter a new realm, another dimension that exists just outside of the real world, that is a crossing portal between several different dimensions. And this was what the Isle of Avalon was known for. It was known as the Glass Isle, or the Island of Apples, and all of this was a coded reference back to the knowledge of the goddess, because Avalon was where the magical and mystical, the supernatural powers of the goddess were really at its height. And it was during this era that the biggest tribe of mystical women were able to enact their magical powers at a scale that we have never experienced before. So if you are connected to the lineage of the modern visionary and oracle, then Avalon is one place that you have to come back into to reconnect all those magical strands and threads, and to re-initiate yourself in the modern path of the oracle, and using the psychic awakening and psychic awareness of the mystical divine feminine in a coherent and powerful way in the world today. As women step back into their gifts, into the knowledge of their bodies, into the gifts of their spiritual intuition and their divine knowing, we are also reclaiming all that has been suppressed and denied to us for eons, for at least 10,000 years. Through this journey, as we reclaim some of the key gifts of the feminine, of the third eye, and of the spiritual powers, of the womb, and of the knowledge of the feminine mysteries that we are holding in our bodies, and of the earth's wisdom, as we come back into understanding how we as a tribe of women can rebirth the earth just with our living presence. So this journey is an exciting journey for those who are training, leading, or healing with the goddesses, and it prepares all the oracles and messengers of the goddess to come back not just into our own personal gifts, but into bringing forth the collective gifts of tribes of women who are coming back into these oracular, visionary, and mystical lineages. This journey is going to take you into all the power spots of Glastonbury, all the magical spaces, from the Chapel of Mary Magdalene, where we will commemorate her feast day in a special private ceremony. In the evening, we will be surrounded by harp music and sacred ceremony, and Mary Magdalene herself will be there to guide us through a ceremony called the alchemical marriage, which is something that is very sacred to her and that she has practiced and initiated for thousands of years with her priests and priestesses. We'll also be taking you into Stonehenge on the 25th of July, the Mayan day out of time. And for those of you who know this day, this is a magical moment where we can jump out of any karmic or destiny cycles, and we can learn how to harness and control our own fate and create our own cycles, which is really what the goddesses are here to guide us into, is to break out of any old limiting and patterns and conditioning, so that we can be free to be liberated into our full and true goddess selves. Along with all Stonehenge and the Magdalene Chapel, which are key highlights for us and where we'll have very private ceremonies, we'll also go to Glastonbury Tor, the Glastonbury Abbey, where we will work with the twin flame energies of King Arthur and Queen Guinevere and the Morgans, and we'll also work with the twin flame energies of Mary Magdalene and Jesus. We will also be working with Mary Magdalene water blessings, and you will be initiated at two very sacred springs, the White Spring and also at the Chalice Well Gardens. So these are all the power spots of Avalon you will be linking into, and you'll also get invited into some very secret and sacred trails connected to the zodiac of Glastonbury and the Knights of the Round Table. So some of these are codes that have been held in secrecy for the Grail lines by Mary Magdalene through the last 10,000 years, and it is only now that she is unlocking some of these power spots and these special energies so that those who are linked to her can start the reconnections of the rose and of the rose red lineage. Along with all these explorations through the countryside and power spots of Avalon, you will also be going through daily trainings and daily healings with the womb, with your psychic awakening and oracular vision, and you will also be tuned into awakening your sound healing modality. So this multi-dimensional awakening of 3 centers of your body brings you into the triple goddess power that is inherent in all the landscape of Avalon. We are exploring the cosmic landscape within you, and through that connection you will be connected to the cosmic landscape of Avalon, of the Holy Grail lines, and of the goddess Mary Magdalene.